Hello, my name is Katie. Welcome to my channel, Duckpotatoe's World. You have found episode 18 of Created to Create, my monthly knitting vlog where I talk about all the knitting things going on in my world. So welcome to all of my new and returning viewers. And I hope you have gathered up something to work on, some knitting or crochet, and let's explore what I have been busy with for the last month. So the first thing I want to talk about is what I'm wearing, and it's my first finished object. It is my Enchanted Forest shawl. I finished it. I love it. See if you can see it there in the video. I hope so. But yes, I have been working on this since, I don't know, March. My friend Tracy and I dyed this yarn together back in February, so it was a while ago. And I have been working on my blanket ever since. So here in Texas, we've had some, roller coaster weather. It was hot, like the hottest summer in the 10 years I've lived in East Texas. We had weeks that went over 100 every day for weeks. Normally the number of days over 100 I can count on one hand. And then all of a sudden it got really cold for like a week. It was between 40 and 60, which was so nice. And then it kind of got hot again, was in the 80s for a while. And of course that was when I finished my shawl while it was 80 degrees outside. So I didn't really have an opportunity to wear it. And then Sunday, it got really cold here again, and I was so excited I was going to wear it to church, and I was sick. I had a cold or some kind of sore throat thing, so I didn't get to go to church, but I decided to wear it around the house today because it is cold and this is warm, and it's done, and I wanted to wear it. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. This was done it is a Hot Springs Fiber Company pattern called Enchanted Forest. I like to call it my Girls Just Want to Have Fun shawl. It is done in 3 of the Hot Springs Fiber Company bases. It is the mohair is Morning Haze, the kind of textured stockinette section is in Birch, and the half linen stitch section is in Aurora Borealis. So it was a fun pattern to knit. I made mine like way bigger than the pattern was written for. The pattern was written for casting on, I think maybe 200 stitches, and I cast on 300. Like, I made it a lot bigger, but I love it. It's big enough that I can wrap it around me twice and fold it up nice, and it's warm and it's gorgeous, and I'm very, very, very happy with it. Excuse me. So that is my first finished object. My second finished object are my socks. So these are the Penny Harbor socks. I started these, I think back in July. I'm teaching a couple of friends to knit socks, and usually, you all know I've been lazy about sock knitting. I pretty much just knit them on my sock machine because it's so much faster. But she wanted to learn to knit some by hand, so I cast on a pair to do kind of alongside her. And this is the pair we were doing. It's called the Penny Harbor socks by, let's see. I cannot remember who it's by. I'll put it on the screen. But it's in Yarn B Color Idle yarn in the colorway Lapis Stone. And I don't think you can get this sock yarn anymore. It came from Hobby Lobby. But I did finish both of them. You can see the other one up on the wall there. And, there we go. So they're both done. My friend has not finished hers, but that's okay. I will cast on another sock. So it'll be all right. And then the other thing that I have finished, you actually haven't seen because I cast this on and finished it since I saw you last. So these are my new Delightful Diamond Mitts. So these are kind of a funny story because I bought a kit, a Delightful Diamond kit from Bead Biz at DFW Fiber Festival last month. And the kit came with 50 grams of 100 Ravens DK weight yarn and the beads. The yarn I bought was wine colored. The beads were white with silver centers. And it was pretty much the same setup that the display had on their mitts. And I was really happy with them. I loved them. I was excited to get them home and start them. And then when I was looking at them and thinking about some plans we have for November, I thought, man, I wish I had thought to look for Ravenclaw colors like blue and bronze. So I started digging around in my stuff and I found a hank of Hot Springs Fiber Company Magic Merino DK weight in this gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And I had these beads left over from, I don't even know what it was left over from. And I thought, that's very Ravenclaw-y. So I cast on the pattern, but not in the yarn and beads I originally bought for the pattern. But that's okay. I love them. And that will kind of bring me to acquisitions and works in progress, because after I finished my mitts, I decided that I needed a hat. So these are Ravenclaw's claws. Raven claws. And this, the setup here is less than ideal, but this is what I have been calling Raven's crown. And I am making a hat to coordinate with my mitts that I just finished. So I obviously haven't gotten very far yet. I just cast on the brim and did like the first, I don't know, let's see, 2, 4, 6, maybe I've done 6 rows. It's not a lot, but I am using my little yarn holder that I got from Arkansas Yarn Company when I was at the Arkansas Yarn Crawl last couple months ago. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I love it. It's actually really fun. I hang it behind me and the yarn just kind of spins off it really nicely while I knit. But I've strung all my beads, and I am planning to just make a hat and kind of copy the diamond pattern with the beads onto the hat. So I don't have a pattern. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. But I mean, it's a hat. Like, you go around and around and around till it fits, and then you decrease, right? How hard can it be? I guess we'll find out. But so this yarn I didn't have. So the DK weight I had, and when I finished the mitts, I had like 47 grams left, and I didn't know if that would be enough to make the hat. So I called Tracy at Hot Springs Fiber Company and said, I have a yarn emergency. And she did not have any more of that in the DK weight. That color is from the June Blanket of Knowledge 2023. So that's an older color. But she did still have a sport weight. So my mittens are in DK, my hat's in sport. I think that's fine because I got hair on my head. It doesn't need to be a super thick hat. But yeah, so that is both an acquisition and a cast on. One thing that's funny is because I have all these beads pre-strung, I have to be careful. If they fall, it unspins kind of enthusiastically from my little wheel here. So I have like a little bowl, and I keep my work in the little bowl, and then I hang my yarn from my thread holder over here. It's kind of a funny setup. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It kind of hangs here, and I can knit on it from here. It works pretty well. And then let's see, what else have I started working on? I don't think you guys have seen any of the things I'm working on, because I think everything that I'm working on is a new cast on from last month, because I finished my shawl and my socks, which were the main things I was working on. So, oh, I do have some things to update you on my Knit Bits blanket. I haven't showed that in a few months, and I haven't done a lot on it, but I'll show you the work I have done. I have done a row here. Everything with a stitch marker on it is new. So I've got another row of yarn squares going on. This one, no, this one was already up. Then there's this blue, which I think is a Knit Picks yarn. There's this, which was a Hot Springs Fiber Company Sock of the Month yarn for the Fuchsia bread. I've got this one, which was the Arkansas Yarn Company Neon Camo. This one was Candy Necklace. So you can see my mom's and my Bright Axis tees are side by side. I didn't do that on purpose, actually. I just reach in and pull something out. It was kind of fun that they showed up. And then this is a really old yarn. It's just a black and red wool that I've had for, somebody gave it to me. It didn't have a label. I'm pretty sure it's wool just because of how it feels and knits, but I don't know anything else about it. But yeah, so I've, in 3 months, I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. This blanket, it's going to go on forever, but that's okay. It's actually really a fun size right now because it's just big enough that while I'm knitting it, it covers my lap and keeps my lap warm. So I have been working on that. And then I have another new cast on that you guys have not seen. This is a Christmas present. So I have my blue Denim Dreams shawl, which I've shown in a shawl parade before. And every time I wear it, my stepmother always is very complimentary about it and will borrow it if she can. She really likes it. So I decided I needed to knit her her own ribbon weave shawl. So I am calling it Ribbons and Roses, and it's in this beautiful pink. And I have done all of that this month. I'm about a third of the way through it already. And what I am knitting it in, let's see, Fibra Natura flax lace, and I'm holding the lace yarn double. The pattern is Ribbon Weave by Dando, and it's really supposed to be knit with a DK weight yarn, so I probably should have held this triple. And I had plenty of this yarn. I could have easily done that. But for whatever reason, when I started, I was thinking it was a fingering weight, I guess, because a fingering weight would be double, but a DK would be triple or maybe even quadruple. But because I didn't do that, it's a little bit on the small side, but fortunately, my stepmother is quite a bit smaller than I am, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. It is lovely. I'm loving it. Everywhere I go with it, people are stopping me to ask about it and telling me how pretty it is, so that's always fun. But yeah, so I've made a lot of progress on this. I am hoping to actually finish it because, well, I want to finish it in the next 2 weeks because I am going to be at Hot Springs Fiber Company for a couple of days in November. I think I'm leaving, it's the weekend of the 16th, so that weekend I should be out at Hot Springs Fiber Company. They're going to have a felting class that I want to take. So I'm just going for the weekend to take the felting class and visit my friend Tracy because she's my friend and I miss her. I haven't seen her. It feels like a long time. But I mean, I saw her in July. Is that right? Yeah, in July. So it wasn't that long ago. But I'm ready to visit her again. So I want to have it done when I go because it needs 3 buttons, and I would like to be able to shop her button bar in person. Her shop has the best button bar. If you are looking for buttons, that is a great place to go. But I like to have the object that needs the buttons done so I can try the buttons in the holes and just make sure that it's going to work well. But yeah, and it's in my DFW fiber bag. This has quickly become probably my very favorite bag. I call it my burrito bag because of the burrito truck. It's got a taco truck on the bottom. Oops, tacos. And it has the bottom of a margarita truck. But anyway, I really like it because it has a lot of room in the top. And then, like, since I'm holding this double, I've got both balls of my yarn in there. You can kind of see it. Anyway, I really like this bag. I may have to get, I don't remember the seller now. I'll have to look that up and put it on the screen, but she had some in various sizes. So if I trip across her again, I may have to have one of the bigger sizes. This was like an odd size. It was bigger than the sock size, but smaller than the sweater size. So because she even said, I don't know what's up with that. That's a weird size. And I was, I like it. It's a functional size, so I don't mind, but I may have to splurge and get a bigger size. Let's see, so that's all that I'm working on. Oh no, it's not all that I'm working on. I forgot. So some of you may have already heard the really sad news, but the Hot Springs Fiber Company Sock of the Month Club has come to an end. The blanket of knowledge, I think, is really taking off, and she wants to focus on that. So she's paused or stopped the sock club for now, but the last colorway in the sock club was this Ultimate Layer Dip self-striping color, and then I started the Ultimate Layer sock. This is my little popcorn stitch marker that I love. But so far, this is just pretty. It's pretty both ways. I believe it's a rolled over cuff sock, so I think that you go so far and then you're gonna roll over the cuff of your sock. But I did start another hand knit sock, and I usually do mine 2 at a time on 2 circulars, but I did not feel like, I don't know if I want these 2 to be matchy-matchy or if they can be siblings and not twins. I haven't really decided, but I didn't feel like unwinding my cake of yarn and finding the middle and figuring out if I wanted to do exactly matchy-matchy. I just wanted to knit. And all of Tracy's sock patterns have afterthought heels, so I have a little bit of yarn to do for my waist yarn to do my afterthought heel, and I just kind of want to enjoy. It's a almost like serpentine knitting. You have a 5-stitch pattern and you're just knitting the same thing all around, all around, all around. It doesn't require any thinking or any counting. It's beautiful and it's fun, and I didn't want to mess with it, so I'm gonna knit my socks one at a time for this. But that's what's in this little bag, and that is everything that I currently have on the needles, except for, of course, my blanket of knowledge. And I actually am going to be able to show you the November block in the Cabin in the Woods colorway, because I have already got my yarn and I'm working on the video. So, ta-da! It is gorgeous. It's like falling leaves. Actually, I think I'm holding it upside down for you. I like to do that, don't I? So I finished it today, actually, and then I put it on blocking mats because I wanted to just check the size. So I've blocked it. It's sizing up very nicely compared to all my other blocks. I don't know what the name is for the Cabin in the Woods colorway yet. Tracy, I don't think, has named it yet, but that is the brown that will be in Cabin in the Woods. And of course, she sent me Cabin in the Woods, and she also sent me my Enchanted colorway for Blanket of Knowledge. So this is this gorgeous pink that's going to be perfect following the like magenta color that we did last month. So I'm very excited about that. Hey, here's future Katie. I was editing my video and totally realized that in my excitement over the November block, I forgot to show the Blanket of Knowledge October. So this is the October block for the colorway Cabin in the Woods. It's called Front Porch Light. And this is the October section for the colorway Enchanted. It is called Electric Sky. And if you were just wondering, since we didn't know what the name of the color was last month, it was actually called Just Before Dusk. But yeah, there's the completed strip blanket. August, September, and October. And the Cabin in the Woods, October. And I've acquired a couple of other things. Not a lot, but a few. I have, Tracy sent me 3 little kits to make little Christmas trees. And I haven't started yet, but I think I'm going to make these because I just think they're so cute. I thought they might make fun little Christmas ornaments or decorations. So I have these little kits to make Christmas trees, and I actually bought a couple of things because my mom finished her Batad by Stephen West in her Destination Yarns Solar System colorway. If I get a picture from her in time, I'll put a picture of her finished work right here. But yeah, so she finished it. It is gorgeous. I'm sure she's gonna love it. And I love that she had enough left over to make a second one, and she sent it all to me. So I have it all ready to go. I have 100 grams of the Noir. That's in the Stellina 2-ply sparkle. And then I have at least, let's see, Pluto is 29 grams. So I have 29, anywhere from 29 to maybe 36 grams of every single, this is Saturn, Mars, I have all of them. I don't know if you want to see them all. Neptune, clearly in no particular order here. Earth, oh, I didn't write the grams on Earth when I was packaging them up. Oops. Uranus, I don't know how you say that word. Y'all, in Texas growing up, we said Uranus. And it wasn't until I was in junior high in a big city when people were like, hee hee hee, you said anus. So I don't know if it's Uranus or Uranus, but you know, that planet. There it is. Then there is Jupiter, Venus, which I think is really pretty. It's like a pink. And Mercury. So I have all the planets. And I bought the pattern. We're going to do the Batad by Stephen West. That's another thing I don't know how to say. I look at it and I see Batad. Batad. I don't know. But that's the pattern. And when I was looking at the pattern, I noticed that Stephen West recommended that you worked it with a mohair along with the in between the little welts with your base color. He just did his in 2 colors. We're doing the welts as planets, but he held it with a mohair. So I ordered a black sparkling mohair from Hot Springs Fiber Company to hold double with my Noir. And the Batad has 11, no one, let's see, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay, 10. So the Batad has 10 welts, not 9. So I think my mom just did the last welt in the Noir. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun if instead of doing the last welt in Noir, I did the first welt in something to represent the sun. So I got a hold, my friend Jennifer was actually in Hot Springs. And so she, helped me pick this out and picked it up for me and brought it home. But while I was talking to her about what I wanted her to buy for me, she got a hold of Tracy, and Tracy I wasn't really finding a sunshiny fingering weight yarn that was really what I had in mind. And so Tracy overheard us and she offered to go ahead and dye it for me. So I also am going to buy just a 20-gram unicorn tail, and she is going to dye it up for me to look like the sun. And it's going to be in the Aurora Borealis base with, actually no, I don't think it is in the Aurora Borealis base. I think it's in the Seriously Sparkle base. Anyway, so I'm going to have a sparkly yellow to do as a sun for my first little welt. So I'm actually really excited about this project, but I can't start it until I have the sun, because that's the first welt. So I would probably have already cast it on, but I've promised myself that I will cast it on as soon as I finish my stepmother's shawl for Christmas. So that is my acquisitions. I don't think I've acquired anything else new, but one of you needs to acquire some yarn. So give me just a minute and we're going to draw a winner for episode 17's giveaway. I'm giving away this Rohrspatz Wool Mize, which is 100% wool yarn. It's at Superwash Merino. 150 grams in each hank so 150 grams in each hank, and each hank has 383 yards in 100 grams. So it's a pretty hefty, a pretty hefty yardage, almost 600 yards a hank, and there's three hanks of it in this beautiful purple and green. And I have a few stitch markers from Hot Springs Fiber Company. They're purple to kind of go with it. There's a moon and a star. I don't know if you can see it very well. And then, because I thought it was funny, we have a Skechers bag that we're going to put it in because it kind of matched. Not sponsored by Skechers, have nothing to do with Skechers, just bought a pair of shoes for my boys and they came with this bag, and I thought, oh, that would go with the yarn. So that is our giveaway for this episode. All right, give me just a second and we will draw a winner. Okay, so we had 14 comments, and the winner is SC Knowles. So the question was to tell me what color you would name the Enchanted Blanket of Knowledge colorway from October. And she said, I think it looks like raspberry smoothie. I think raspberry smoothie is a good idea for it. And so she is our winner. So SC Knowles, if you will please send an email to the channel email giving me your information, I will get your prize sent out to you. Congratulations to our winner, SC Knowles. I look forward to hearing from you. Now for episode 18, I do have a giveaway for the November one. It's my birthday, so of course I need to give a present to you guys. And what I have to give away are 4 hanks of this Spectrum Collection yarn. It's a 50% cotton, 50% rayon blend, and it's a kind of a yellowish, orangish, peach kind of color. I have 4 skeins of them. They're 200 yards each, so it's a total of 800 yards. And this is what I will be giving away. So if you would like to win the yarn, then just comment below and tell me something about your birthday. Since November is my birth month, tell me, you don't have to tell me when your birthday is, but something about your birthday, something special. What you like to do for your birthday, what you want for your birthday, what you got for your last birthday, something about birthdays. since November is my birthday month and we are celebrating. Now, I have a few other upcoming events. So I already told you I plan to be at Hot Springs Fiber Company in a couple of weeks in November, probably the weekend before Thanksgiving. Well, the Monday after Thanksgiving is my birthday. And my husband, Mr. Duckpotato, has planned a birthday yarn crawl for me. So he is going to take me from our home through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then we're going to stop. He has planned a route with different yarn shops, and we're going to stop at several different yarn shops along the way. And then in Dallas, he's going to take me to the Harry Potter Forbidden Forest experience that they have going on in the DFW area. And then the next day on the way home, we're going to stop at a whole bunch of yarn shops. He has the route all planned. So I'm really excited about that. I should have some really fun new yarn to show you in December that I have gotten from my private birthday yarn crawl. So I hope you guys have had a fun evening, and I hope that you have knit and crocheted and made all kinds of beautiful things this month. I'm going to close this with a prayer of thanksgiving, and I'll see you in December. Heavenly Father, I thank you and praise you because you are God and you are always good. I praise your name. You are holy and awesome God. And I thank you, Lord, for the many blessings you have given me, for the opportunity to knit and to create, for this YouTube channel that I have so much fun sharing with others, for my home and my family and my children. Lord, I pray for those who are not as blessed or who are going through difficult times right now. I would like to remember Ukraine and Israel and the parts of the world where they are struggling and fighting, Lord. I ask that you be with your people throughout the nations, wherever they may be, that you remind them of who you are and who they are in you. And in your Son's most precious name we pray. Amen.